So he stole my, continuing on, he stole my briefcase off my patio, and in the patio was my pink slip from my truck. Well, this is a total God rescuing me from my enemies, and uh, so I was moving, so I had to go to this place and stay at this place where you pay like $15 a night while I was in transition, and I met this crazy white dude, total method, and he said that, "What's your name?" I go, "Adam." He goes, "Oh, really? We're gonna jump some dude named Adam. Adam tomorrow. Beat him up with our long flashlights." "Oh, really? Why?" He goes, "Oh, he took this money from this old man. Said he'd give him his truck if he couldn't pay him back, and he took off, and he didn't pay him back. But when he's talking crazy because he was in and out. He was institutionalized. You could see the look in his eyes." I said, "That's me, dude." He goes, "What?" I go, "Yeah, someone stole my briefcase." And Willie, I said, "He stole my briefcase." He's like, "Yeah, that's the guy, Willie. He's the one who wants us to go do it. Take your truck. We're going to jump you and take your truck." So here's someone bearing false witness, falsely accusing me, right? Putting me literally in harm's way. I could have been killed, or, definitely was going to be beat up. Here is, I'm going to save the best for last. So another one was I went to Alcoholics Anonymous for 3 years between 97 and 2000, and about a half. 3.5 years sober, going to church, Bible study. My pastor was saying his rules was he doesn't hug women except his wife. That's his arms are only, and he's never alone with the woman when he interviews them. Just that, and I'm like, I like that. I'm going to do that. So, because I was always getting women wanting to come up and hug me and stuff, and when I was younger, and I go, and then they started wanting to hug me, and I just shake their hand. "Hey, nice to see you." "No, give me a hug." I go, "No, I'm not. I just want to shake your hand." And so anyway, I did that for 3 years. I was celibate, and one night this newcomer came in, and I met her. We talked. We had some stuff in common, and she wanted me to go somewhere. And I said, "Well, I'll go with you, but people are gonna think it's funny. They're gonna think I'm trying to hit on you, and I promise you, I'm not." It was an AA dance at the convention or whatever. So I go, "Yeah, I'll go with you. Come on." And so she had got up in the meantime, in that week time, me and her hung out like 3 or 4 times, and I was kept a safe distance, but went out just to talk. And the sponsors in Alcoholics Anonymous were like 30 years sober, AA gurus, highly, highly recommended to help you with your sobriety. So they told her, "Stay away from me because all I do is go to AA for women," right? And she knew me. I told her what I do. I don't hug women, and she knew that I hadn't even hugged a woman in AA for 3 years. And I said, "Yeah, they're bearing false witness on me. They're trying to put me in they're just false accusers, right?" So she got mad and straightened those two. I went up to it was kind of cool because I went up to her and I said, "Did you tell her that I am here just for women?" And she was there, and she was like, "Well, no, not really." She goes, "That's exactly what you said." And then she goes, "Did you know he hasn't hugged a woman in AA for 3 years?" Anyway, see, the devil can attack the mind and make people lie. And totally, totally. So here's the big one. This is crazy. I call it 5 strikes, you're out. So I was a truck driver, driving cross country for FedEx, and I went through Quintar, Kansas. We stopped off at a gas station. My friend went across the street. It was literally a gas station, a pizza joint, bar, and then Dairy Queen. So I went over to Dairy Queen, and then I came back over to the store, got a couple scratchers, and my friend was still in there. He was scratching the whole time, and I went and did a couple scratchers, and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna go across the street and grab a bite real quick," because my shift was up. I'd driven 10 hours and I was exhausted. So of course, I had this negative energy, and I was in the middle of trying to quit smoking. So I was like, "I need a cigarette." I didn't want to buy a pack because I just wanted to have one. And I go, "You don't have to have a cigarette, do you?" She's like, "No." Well, anyway, this really pretty lady came in with a leather coat, and I guess they were friends from church or something. And I had just so happened been trying to get the back of my leather coat seamed right because wasn't I wanted them to draw it in so it'd be tighter. And I was looking at she was standing looking on that way, and I was looking at her leather coat and looking at the seam, and I was going like this, and I was thinking that's in my head. I'm thinking that's exactly the seam I want on my coat. And then I could see this lady was staring at me the whole time, right? And I could feel that she thought I was just staring right at her ass like a pervert. And I did, and that was the furthest thing from my mind. Never even crossed my mind. So this dude walks in with looked like a swastika to me, and I go, oh, what's that for? He goes, it's Ash Wednesday, and I go, what's that mean? He goes, well, that's what we do on Ash Wednesday, and I really don't even know what that is, but a Catholic thing. And so when he walked into the restroom, the lady behind the counter, I said, man, I thought that guy was wearing a swastika. And she got pissed. She was like, that's our pastor or whatever. I go, well, no, I just didn't know. That's all. So she's really not liking me, this lady behind the counter, who was very, very friendly and cordial when we first went in there for like the first 5 minutes. She was really nice and friendly, but her whole attitude had changed because she had me in a false image, a negative false image. And the devil's lying to her, saying this is what he's doing, this is the kind of person he is, and then furthest thing from that, what she's thinking. Well, now get this. So I want a cigarette, and when you want a cigarette, you go like this. Do you have a cigarette? Well, this lady outside was in the car. I didn't know it was the pastor's wife. And I looked, the windows were up, and I went like this. And she goes, like, give me this funny look, right? And I'm like, oh, I guess she doesn't know. So there was another younger lady over there, and she looked like she smoked. So I went over to her, and I said, do you smoke? Yeah, I smoke. I go, can I get one? Thank you. Yeah. Don't start, Lily. So she says, let me just go in and get a pack, and I'll give you one. And so she goes in and gets a pack of cigarettes. I didn't know this till later. But she went in, and when she went in to get a pack of cigarettes, she told the cashier that two truck drivers were harassing her, right? So I'm like, I didn't know this. So she comes out, gives me a cigarette, we're talking. She's like, yeah, I was on the CB radio heading west, and we were heading east. She said these guys in the Estes truck were harassing me because I'm on truck radio, you know. And I go, really? And I go, oh, wow, I didn't know that. So, but in the meantime, the pastor's wife went in there and told the pastor that I was trying to blow a kiss at her or something, right? When I wasn't. I was just like, or she didn't get it. So that's possibly what could have happened with that one. But I don't know for sure. But I do know this. The cops were called, and this big 6'8" dude cop came rolling up. I didn't even see him. And so I'm asking this girl, which way are you headed? She says west. Now now she starts telling me I'm heading west, and these Estes truck drivers were sexually harassing me. I go, really? And I over there, and I could see the dude's feet running under the truck, and he's running to the cabin. The dude just takes off and they just took off right away. And I'm thinking, well, As soon as that happened, the pastor goes, Adam, or sir? And I go, yeah. I turned and looked at him. I couldn't see the 6'8" cop over there, big dude. I go, yeah. And I was thinking happy thoughts. I was going, not a problem. I walked over. Yeah, what's going on, pastor? He goes, this officer wants to speak to you. I go, okay. And I walked over, and he was like trembling in anger. He goes, don't you come into, he's yelling and shaking and like furious at me. Don't you come into our small town? And he was accusing me of harassing people, and he said something else, like a real negative term that could get me in jail. And I go, sir, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, and he goes, give me your license. And he said, you're lucky I don't tackle you right now. And he was serious. I was this close for him tackling me. And I mean, it wouldn't have been pretty. He would have thrown me all over the place. So right about this time, my Mexican partner comes over and was watching this, and he's like, and I'm telling him, dude, I go, bro, this guy thinks I did something wrong, and I don't even know what I did. He goes, yeah, now you know what it feels like to be black. And I'm like, dude, yeah, he said something like that, like, you're probably getting the feeling of what it feels like to be black. And I'm like, wow, dude. I go, just don't leave, man. Don't stay right there. Don't say nothing. So he gets out of the car. He gives me my license. He said, don't ever come back here again. And I get in the cab, and I'm like, we're taking off, and I'm like, what the heck just happened, you know? And just like how things can happen, like crazy. And there's more. I mean, I just have one more story real quick, but um, look at hindsight on that, how it all played out. You know, how people could be judging wrongly and falsely. The devil is a liar and he attacks the mind. And we are all subject to that, you know? And like a lot of way people are scared of black people because they have an image that this guy could be harmful because I'm white. That is unfortunate because there's a lot of, it's not right for the innocent black people that are not going to do any harm to be falsely accused or put a negative false image. But that's the truth, you know. So then, one time I was I was 7. Did I tell the one about Tom Yaki? I was 7 years old and maybe 8. And one of my neighbor girls was like 9, and I was walking past her house and I had heard her dad was dying. And I didn't know what to say. I was walking, and in my heart, I was totally meaning right. I was meaning like, I'm really sorry. I didn't know how to articulate it at that young age. I was like, I'm really sorry about your dad, you know. But what came out is like in compassion. I meant it like, is your dad dead yet? Like, I'm really sorry if he did. I'm done. But it came out like, is your dad dead yet? To her. And she just started bawling, man. And I was like, oh my God, I offended her. I got scared and I went home as quick as I could, just right for 3 houses up. A couple weeks later, the 12-year-old, 13-year-old boys were playing football, throwing it around. And I was friends with them. I knew them all. I knew this one neighbor, Tom Yaki, and I'm standing there. And I'm just enjoying the beautiful weather and happy as can be. And they purposely, Tom had the quarterback throw the football over by me. And as I'm standing there, he takes his shoulder, lowers it as hard as he could. He must have knocked me about 15 feet in the dirt and concrete, and he just pummeled me, man. I asked him about when I was like 16. He was about 19. I saw him. I go, hey Tom, tell me what happened. Why did you do that to me? And he said, because you're making fun of that. What's her name's dad dying. I'm like, no, I never intended any harm. I never had any ill will. Nothing like that was in me at that time. And so see how people misunderstandings can happen. And that's just 5, you know. I got a few more, but I'm running out of time. And so this is going to be part 2. I could probably make 10 of these videos. It happens in life, you know. But I'm going to pause that right now. And I was up late, got up early. It was a long day yesterday. And Lily's being a good girl. So God is great. He's all the time, full of mercy and compassion, long suffering, very patient. I got to get this stopped. All right. God bless.